Sup guys, I'm Kel, Red Zone Rogue, and welcome to another Force of Will Ancient Knights spoiler video. This is gotta be my favorite spoilers to date, so let's just fucking jump right in with the Black Blood Knight. So this guy's an 800, he's a vampire. He's got 2 darkness and 1 of any. Whenever this card deals damage, you gain that much life. So it's kind of like lifelink or whatever if you play Magic the Gathering. It's not too bad. It's an 800, you know, he kind of swings for 1600 if he like connects to your opponent. That's not too bad. He's an uncommon, he costs 3. I don't see this seeing a whole lot of constructed play, but I think this card is a pretty good draft card. And Ancient Knights is a draft set, so I think this card's gonna see some play at the draft table. And I just love his art, man. He's just like got weird blood tiered things going on. He's too happy. Let's just say that he's too fucking happy. Alright, let's move on to the next card. We have the 3 Evil Little Pigs. So this is a 400 for 3 of any and 2 darkness. Once again, dude, I love the fucking art here. We have a Resonator Fairy Tale. When this card enters the field, put a 400 Darkness Pig Resonator token. So we're going to have some Darkness Pig Resonator tokens. And this one has, when this card is put into the graveyard from the field, it deals 400 damage to your opponent. And then you also get a 400 Darkness Pig Resonator token with when this card is put into the graveyard from the field, you gain 400 life. So one of them makes your opponent lose 400 life. The other one lets you gain 400 life. And this is a pretty good like Lumia like flicker target. So every time it enters the field, you gain more pig tokens. That's actually pretty cool. You can probably generate a lot of value and just amass an army of pigs with this. So I don't know if this will see a whole lot of constructed play. 5 is a lot, but you do get like 1200 worth of power across 3 dudes. And if you can flicker it, that's like some pretty good value. And they're like pretty dangerous to kill, especially the one that deals 400 damage to your opponent. So yeah, this card might see some play somewhere. It's interesting, and once again, man, the art is fantastic. So let's move on to the next card. We have Dark Riding Hood. So yeah, a lot of you probably seen some of the box art and promotional materials and seen this card, Dark Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood is looking as fine as ever. She's a 700 for 3 darkness. She is also a Fairy Tale. And here's where we start with the Reiya support. So yeah, guys, buckle up. This is going to get really sweet. This card gains, whenever this card deals damage to a Resonator, destroy that Resonator as long as your life is 200 or less, or 2000 or less. So it's kind of like, you know, Death Touch or something like that from Magic the Gathering. Whenever it deals damage to a dude, that dude dies. Which is pretty cool. It'll trade up, and it's only a 3-drop, so that's not too bad. The 3 darkness is kind of hard to cast, but I digress. And then this card gains Swiftness as long as your life is 1000 or less. Not too bad either. 1000 or less is kind of low. You're kind of skirting there, but you know, it could happen. And it says when this card enters the field, you may remove 2 mystery counters from your J Ruler. If you do, remove target Resonator from the game, and that is super dank. So like, once again, it's kind of hard to generate mystery counters on Reiya, but this is a 700 for 3. When you play it, you remove an opposing Resonator from the game. That's fantastic. And it says whenever this card attacks, it deals 200 damage to target player or Resonator, and you gain 200 life. That's also super good. So you get to ping a dude for 200, and it's got the rider. Remember the beginning one? It says whenever this card deals damage to a Resonator, destroy the Resonator as long as your life is 2000 or less. So yeah, you can ping a dude for 2000 and just straight up kill it. That's super good. So yeah, this card is sweet. It's probably one of my favorite spoilers to date. So yeah, I am looking forward to playing around with Red Riding Hood, or Dark Riding Hood. Next up we have Wolf's Reign, and we're not talking about the anime. This is a chant, 2 of any and 1 darkness. Art is fantastic. It is a chant. You put 300 darkness beast wolf Resonator tokens with swiftness and precision onto the field. At the end of next turn, or the next end of turn, remove them from the game. So you kind of just get like, you know, 3 dudes, 900 worth of power. They all have swiftness, they have precision. You can pick off guys. It costs 3, but I don't know, this could be good. I'm having a hard time evaluating this card. Maybe if you have something that can pump all your dudes, or something that can like repeatedly pump all your dudes, and maybe that's pretty good. But as I see it, I don't really see it seeing a whole lot of play right now, but you know, it might. And once again, I know I'm saying this for every single card, but the art's pretty good. Next up we have a pretty crazy card in every single respect. We have Blood Spray. So it's a chant mystery for 2 darkness. Once again, dude, just look at that. I can't comment on it. There's just blood fucking everywhere. says, draw 2 cards. This card deals 300 damage to you. 300 damage is not a lot. For 2 cards, that's pretty good. And it says, Awakening, remove a mystery counter from your J ruler, destroy target resonator with total cost 2 or less. So there exists a card. It is called 4C. It costs 2 water, and you just draw 2 cards, and I never saw any play. This one, you draw 2 cards for 2, but you also take 300 damage. But if you do the Awakening, you can blow up a dude with total cost 2 or less, and there's a lot of total cost 2 or less cards. So that's pretty good. You can get your opponent's Abdul, you can get Melfi, you can get like almost anything that sees a lot of play in Constructed these days, you know, except for like big end game cards. So this is pretty good. I think this will see some fringe play. You get to draw some cards and have removal on one card. That's sweet. This card is actually super sweet. Next up we have my, I don't know if this is my favorite card so far, but it is so sweet. We have a super rare chant. It's called Vitality Drain. It costs 3 of any and 2 darkness. This has one of my favorite arts, just flat out in the entire Force of Will. Chant, Mystery, Quick Cast. Target player loses 1,000 life and you gain 1,000 life. That's a pretty big swing. And it says, Awakening, remove a mystery counter from your J ruler. This card deals 1,000 damage to target resonator. So yeah, you can gain 1,000 life, deal 1,000 damage to your opponent, and kill a dude. That's pretty good. I mean, is 5 worth that much? I don't know. It is quick cast. Keep that in mind. I'm definitely going to play around with this card. It's definitely powerful. It has a huge kind of like swingy aspect to it. And there's not much else to say. It's an excellent card, and I think it will see play. This could be like the top end for like your Reiya control deck. And it does everything you want to do in a control deck. You gain life, you deal a bunch of damage, and you can kill a dude. So this is sweet. I love Vitality Drain. Next we have Truth Amongst Darkness. It's a chant with Remnant for 2 of any and 1 darkness. It says, look at target opponent's hand and choose a card. They remove that card from the game. I don't know about this one. It might be like a draft card. I don't think it'll see any constructed play. 3 cost for like a discard spell. I mean, it has Remnant, which is pretty cool, but man, just 3 cost is so much. You can just play something like Nameless Mist or Scorn of Dark Elves for 1. I mean, I guess they don't get to remove it from the game, but still, man, 3 is a lot to ask for. But it's got great art, so it's got that going for it. And the last card for today is Lethal Arrow, and this card is a sweet-ass card to end on. It is a chant, quick cast for 1 darkness, destroy target damaged resonator. This is awesome. This is like Execute from Hearthstone. If you play Hearthstone, Execute was a fantastic card in Hearthstone. Like, so good to the point where they had to nerf it and make it cost 2 instead of 1. So yeah, Lethal Arrow is sweet. I think this card is super good. This card will most likely see play like in control decks and maybe even aggro decks. It's a pretty good tempo card. If your opponent tries to block when you're like little crappy dudes, you can blow up their big guy. So yeah, this card's sweet. All the cards here were pretty sweet, but specifically, I really love Vitality Drain, Blood Spray, and Dark Riding Hood. Those cards are so good. I cannot wait to get these in my hands and just start jamming them into my Reiya deck. I'm so excited to play Reiya now. I mean, even more so. I don't know what I'm doing yet. I know I'm doing a Darkness and possibly Water, and maybe Wind, like kind of Reiya control deck. I cannot wait. I know I'm like going in circles, but anyway, guys, if you guys like the video, maybe like, comment, and subscribe. All that shit helps, and I appreciate it so much. Let me know what you guys think of today's spoilers. This, I think, is the best spoilers we've gotten so far for the cluster, at least in terms of like starter deck support. This is like, it's the complete opposite of last week where I thought the wind support was like not so good. This is like the opposite of that. This is amazing. So yeah, guys, I already said my spiel, and yeah, I'll see you next time for some more Force of Will content. Have a good one all, and I shall see you later.